Hi there, welcome to Sunnyside Journals. I'm Catherine. I have a little what's on my desk this afternoon. Well, it's afternoon right now where I am. Whatever time it is where you are, hope you're having a good day. I'm going to do a little bit more work on the Talisman. Isn't that a pretty cover? So excited about this book. It it's had I've restored the spine. I You can't tell, it's behind there. But I restored it with some, oh, I'm going to cough. Hold on. I put some muslin back there and then some good quality paper. I still wanted it, because this is going to be a big book, I want it very flexible. So I have some muslin back there that's nice and strong, and we'll give that, because this is fabric here, so that pretty well doubles up that fabric again. And if this fabric has lasted 100 years, now the extra muslin and the extra paper, hopefully this book will last another 100 years, and then someone else can worry about it when it's time to make it into another junk journal, right? I can only do so much. Anyhow, so I have, hold on. I've got the text block. I like to keep it inside so that it's not flopping around wondering what it's supposed to be doing. I feel like it protects that spine from getting cracked down the middle. So I'll put that aside for now. I want to do a little bit of work here. Talk about cracked. Oh, the text block. I might be able to use it to cut and paste a bit of things, but it's not in good condition. Fortunately, the papers that were used for the illustrations in the text block are good papers. So I'm going to make some leaves out of them to put into the signatures, which I've been working on off camera. And I've got 9 signatures ready here. And I think they're going to be lovely. A little variety of everything. Some tea-dyed paper and some naturally aged paper. These are, I found a stack one day, if you remember, of old, never used school notebooks. And this is from those school notebooks. That yellowing up there is all natural. It was, this paper was still in very nice condition. So I literally used a whole notebook to put in, divide up. There was enough leaves that the whole thing went in. I'm happy about that, but I do want to make leaves for this. Now, there were only 8 illustrations in the book, and I have 9 leaves. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll put 4 in the front, 4 on the back, and then I'll just find something. There's always stuff going on in the books anyways, so the middle signature won't have one of the original illustrations, but these ones will. So let's get started. I don't want to bulk it up too much. As you can see, hold on here. Let's empty you out again here. I really think I'm almost at my limit as to how many pages I want to put in. I've had these in my press overnight, and now I'm liking the pinch I get there. Hold on, I've got to move it off to the side. My clamp, there's a clamp that just goes right in the middle of my phone, and I can't see when it's completely in the center of my screen. But I'm happy with that much of a pinch. So, and you might be worrying, you might be saying, Catherine, those pages look too short. No, they're not too short, because I'm going to do a hidden hollow back spine. I'm not sewing these into this this spine. I will be putting a suspended spine on the interior, hidden hollow back spine. So it will actually bring those out to probably about there once it's all glued in. And then I like a little bit of space here because I want to put some lace down here. And I like room for the lace along the end. I don't like the papers to come right out to the edge of the book cover. So I'm very happy with that. This is still going to have stuff in there when you think about it, because it's going to have one more sheet of paper, fabric, and one little sheet of like a little sheet of card stock. So there's 3 more layers going in that hole. So it actually is going to be quite filled up. So that's I'm happy with that, and I think by the time I put these in, that's going to be more than enough pages, because I want to, of course, have a little bit of fun with some journaling cards and some pockets and things like that. Alrighty, so what I want to do is trying to decide. Alright, hold on. So that's how big. That's how big. And this is how big that is. Oh, don't worry. I want to make use of that. That's pretty. I like that. This is really beautiful paper. I found at one of my thrift stores. It's got a watermark on it, and I believe I saw it someplace. It's like 80% cotton or something. Hold on. I have to hold it up to my window. Cameo. Oh, it's cameo paper. Oh, yeah, there is. There's a little cameo watermark on it. Interesting. Anyhow, I'm just trying to decide how I want to attach this. And I think what I want to do is put a fold in the paper so that that is the... you know what? Let's do the height for now, and then I can decide. I've got, if I start humming, I apologize. I've been watching this afternoon that old movie, it's not that old, trust me. The movie, The Wedding Singer. I just love that movie. Such a happy love story. So that's why I've got that nice song that he sings when they're falling in love. Alrighty, I'm just over here with my cutting board. I'm just going to cut these sheets here. Okay. Now I gotta decide. Trying to decide. I really don't want to have to put washi in. I think I'm going to cut these in half and then put a fold in. Now, how long are they? $11, so 5.5. Then I've got some books. I thought I had more kings and knights and queens and damsels in distress and dragons and stuff, but I do have a limited amount, but I have some, so I'm going to make journaling cards out of what I've got. And then I guess I have to trust that hopefully whoever out there falls in love with this book is actually an aficionado and has plenty of their own that they want to put in, and don't necessarily want mine. Now, did I actually? There's no way. Yeah, there it is. I hate when I forget to erase the little pencil mark that I give myself. Now, here's where I want to figure out. I've got to get these books out of my way. Hold on. Thank you. All right, so I'm using this as my template. And if I want His Majesty and Her Majesty there, and then I want it to end up the right size, then I want fold there, and you're there. Yes, okay. There. That's what I want. So it is done. Here we go. All right. I'm not sure who I saw this from, but if you're anything like me and you've got one of these weird memory keeper boards, I find that if I'm scoring too vigorously, or if the sheet is too long, I lose track. Say this is in there. When I go there, I lose track of where I'm supposed to be trying to keep this, because the groove is not that deep. And I found that by using a magic marker, I just put it in at 3. You can put it in anywhere you want. That just gives me ample space on both sides. And by putting that marker line down into that groove, it gives me a goal to look for down at this end, so that I won't, like I said, I just find that I don't know if you ever have it done. You're going down, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you've made your score line go like this, or even just slightly off to the side. And especially if you're scoring somewhere where it's going to show up, it can really ruin it. Yeah, that's nice. Now, how many is that? So that I can just, so that's just past 1.5. All right, I'll do the rest. Just past 1.5. So that's why that's there, if you are wondering why she got that black line down her memory keeper's score board. Okay. Hubby's at work today. He works 1 Saturday a month. So he's at work. I went out and got some groceries. And I had to pick up a little something for him, because he's a birthday boy this week. So I wanted him to, we don't go overboard on gifts, but it's nice to have a little something to open up when it's your special day. So I got him a little something. Fortunately, the weather cooperated for him. He's got quite a commute. We don't live in Toronto. We're just outside of Toronto. Sometimes the commute can be hard for him. I get to stay home and look out the window and go, oh, I'm not going out. I mean, even with my mom, I know she's safe and sound, and if I can't get out to her, she has angels working in her, where she lives. The staff are angels. And I hope they don't get sick of me telling them, but I could cry how wonderful they are. With not just my mom, with all the other residents. Because you can tell, for me at least, I could tell. 2 things tell me that they're really, really taking good care of her. When I can walk up behind them and they don't know I'm there, and I still hear them speaking patiently and kindly. And trust me, dementia and Alzheimer's, which many of them have now, many nursing home residences, it's just full of patients with dementia and Alzheimer's. Oh, look at that. See, I was being light to the touch, and I didn't give myself a good groove. I didn't get my groove on. Anyhow, I like that if I'm behind them and they don't know I'm there, and I still hear them speaking very kindly and patiently with them. And it must be hard because I hear the residents. They're not in their right mind. They're not. It's a terrible disease. And sometimes they can speak very cruelly. And the staff are still just, see, I did it again. Oh my goodness. I'm talking too much and not concentrating. I should have dug that in deeper. Oh well, it's going to be glued and you won't see it, so it's all right. Anyhow, yeah, you can tell that that's the way they are with them because they don't know I'm watching. They don't know I'm in earshot, and I can hear them actually speaking very kindly. Like there's one lady across the hall, Anne, and Anne can get on my last nerve. She doesn't know it. She's elderly and she's in a wheelchair and she's incapacitated and she's mentally challenged. But they're wonderful with her. So that's one thing that tells me. But another thing, and this is just me, because my mother has dementia, there's certain things that just don't even cross her mind to be doing now, when there once was a time she would know. And her eyeglasses are always clean. And that's a little attention to detail, because I know somebody is cleaning her glasses, because when she lived in assisted living, prior to finally needing 24/7 nursing care, when she was in a building that actually still had PSWs that would stick their head in the door, "Hi Jerry, do you need any help?" That kind of thing. Her glasses were always filthy, and whenever I was there, I'd say, "Here, Mom, give me your glasses, I'm going to clean them for you." And she'd go, "Oh, they need cleaning," and I'd get them cleaned up for her and put them back on her. I never have to do that where she lives. Never, never, never. There has never been a day I've visited where my mother hasn't had beautiful, sparkling, clean glasses on, and that tells me something. Attention to detail. So anyhow, I'm wandering. I'm going to go do something, and I'll come back and I'll tell you what it is. So I'm going to pause right now for a second. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm done. I have a cutting board, but it's on the other side of the room, and I'm not taking this phone out of the clamp to take you over there to where this cutting board is. It's a bit more of a heavy-duty cutting board, so it's not portable, but it has a nice option on it. One of the blades on it has this nice little scallop on it, and so I want to make use of that because this is going to show. So I want to be able to, I'm going to glue that on there like so. And then see on the other side, that nice little scallop will show. And I think that'll look nice. So that's my plan. I guess we'll see. I'm trying to decide whether I want to ink that or not. Silly question. Do I want to ink this? Yes. Ink it. It'll show off that little scallop nicer with a little bit of ink. All right. So now I have to think. You're going that way. And then you're going to go on there. All right. I want this good and strong, so I'm breaking out the heavy-duty stuff. And you're going to go on there. Hold on. There we go. Oh, I should have some paper on here. Of course, I say that after I get glue. everywhere. But, oh well. Now, you know what? I did this the wrong way. I want to be able to... There. Okay. You go there. You go there. So that way, this side is already blank. Excellent journaling space. And that side is good. Now, let's see if I planned that right, because that looks off. And it's too long. Well, at least I know now, and I can trim that. I can trim that off. Okay. Where'd it go? The best laid plans of mice and women. I don't mind it a little uneven. I don't aim for the leaps in my signatures to be pristine to have a pristine edge, but I do like I'd like them to sort of be in the same ballpark. Now let's see how this is going to look. Where's the rest of the signature? That's going to look nice. And I'm going to put lace on that side, but I'm going to glue it. There is no way I'm going to use my sewing machine on the edge of 100-year-old paper. So that can be journaled on. That edge looks nice. Although I wonder if I want to do that on this one on the outside still, and just have that on the inside. That way it sort of has a little introductory page before you. I think I like that better. And as you can see, there's different ins and outs and lengths here. And that's fine, because once they're all together, let me show you what I mean. See what I mean? There's ins and outs, but they're basically in the same ballpark. If they were in terrible, not close to each other, I'd be getting out. There's an easy thing you can do is you can put your blade along the edge and use an X-Acto. I'm not going to. This is supposed to be an olden time book. So, all right. So you know what? I'm going to get the rest of these done, and I don't need to do that on camera. So, like I said, short and sweet. I might do a separate video when I start cutting out pictures of castles and knights. So hopefully I'll remember to turn it back on. So thanks for visiting. I know it's short and sweet, but I still wanted to be able to say hi and hope you're all having a happy weekend. And maybe I'll do another video. We'll see. Take care. Bye.